Hey guys, it's Jenna, and I'm here today to talk about a game called A Museum of Dubois Splendors. It's by the Old Magnus Studios. I'm pretty sure I just butchered that, but it's a free game off of Steam, so I got it just to try it out. At first I thought the game was very bland, didn't like it, but I ended up playing it a second time through, and I ended up discovering a whole lot more. It made the game more enjoyable. Now, the game is very serene, like what you see here. It's very pleasant. You can really only interact with the doors throughout the game, except at the last bit. Then you do interact with the TV, but we'll get to that later. So anyway, as you go through the doors, you end up popping up windows with stories, and it's about this guy who, he was a writer, I suppose, and they tried to find all his work, but had been interpreted so many times that they could not find the original. So throughout the game, you'll see pieces of his work and the stories he created about these gods. Now, throughout this game, there's a lot of weird things, I guess you could say. It's supposedly like a museum, but honestly, as you go through the stories, there are things that were in the stories that are going to appear in the room. Like in this one, it was talking about a cobbler, and so they had shoes, and just throughout the entire game, it is this way. As soon as you read a story, there is something from that story in there. Now again, with the doors, you can only leave or stay. I tried staying to see if it would do anything different, but it didn't. You just go to a new part of the story and a new room, such as this one right here. Very serene, water-based room. And there are some sad stories, like this one on the screen. You could pause and read it, but it's about this man who's a craftsman, made a knife, which you will see in the room, for these gods to cut an apple. Spent so many years working on it, only for them to be gone when he gets with the final product, and the knife fell to earth, as you will read in the story if you choose to read it. Your choice. But it's just very sad that so much dedication went in and nothing happened. Or this one about this man who's a lawyer, who his friend died, and he left all his belongings to everybody except this one. And it's kind of funny because what it ends up being in this next coming room is they were talking about a pillow, and they had no clue what it was, and they didn't use it. They gave it to this museum show to call. And it's just pretty funny to show what these stories can do. Now, in these rooms, you cannot interact with any item you've seen. And I've walked up to it, and in the corner right there you see some sort of like paper sticking out. I don't know if it's some kind of glitch they just missed, or they just missed coding it. I tried to go up there and mess with it, and I was like, maybe it's something I can mess with. But it's not. I'm guessing it was a glitch. But again, you just have these beautiful, serene areas throughout the game, and I believe that's what it was made to be. Just a very peaceful type of game, and it's just pleasant to look at everything you see. Now, I do wish they would have put some kind of more of a story in there, not just these little bits of pieces and looking at items. I just wish there was something like, I don't know, something like a task you need to do or complete. That would have been nice. It would have made the game a little better for me to play. And besides just opening doors all the time, I go through another door, I'm at a new place. So anyway, whenever you start to reach the room before the last room, you kind of notice that around the doors there's no sign of little writing or whatever. And this is what I was noticing here. And I was like, oh, okay, I never noticed this before. And then this is your last room. You come up to a TV or computer screen. You walk up and you see whatever you're looking at. You're looking at a computer screen, it's showing the computer screen. And then this is the only item you can interact with. And when you interact with it, it shuts off. And then the screen goes black. And then this is the end of the game. Now, you can play through it multiple times, and sometimes you pop up with new rooms, which I think is a really cool idea. But in all, I think the game could have been better, maybe with a task or two, but in all, it's actually a pretty decent game. Thank you for watching. Bye.